If you hear these words, know this. It is no mere coincidence. This is a subtle resonance, a response from your soul, which has long awaited this call. Before we step into the holiest of holies, you must make your choice. Your like is not simply approval, it is a sincere declaration of your intent. And your subscription is something more than just an action. It is your entry into the ranks of those who tirelessly seek the truth. That truth, which they diligently conceal behind a colorful screen of news and diversions, is in reality simple, yet terrifying. This is not merely a conspiracy theory as you may be led to believe. It is a meticulously planned conspiracy against your very consciousness. All this universal chaos, all this unfounded panic, this unending, all-consuming noise that relentlessly drowns out your own precious inner silence, none of it is accidental. It is the result of millennia of cunning manipulation, the finest tuning of an illusion that holds us in bondage. We are told we are free, yet in truth, we are mere puppets in a game whose rules we do not know, with puppeteers who remain hidden in shadow. Today, we will speak of that which makes even those who should be secure tremble. We will speak of prophecies that, like echoes from forgotten ages, describe the very same coming event. An event that will be the trigger for the very war whispered about by prophets, but so diligently silenced by the modern rulers of the world. Recall Nostradamus. Not the filtered, edited centuries you might find in any bookstore, mind you. I speak of those lost fragments, those decipherments that were removed from archives when it became clear they revealed too much. One such fragment, a lost quatrain from century 11, verse 93, describes celestial fire that will cleave the earth, and smoke that will cover the sun, and great sorrow of nations. It speaks of a star falling from the heavens bringing perdition, and of a tyrant rising from ashes, speaking lies. This quatrain, according to a leak from the mysterious Chimera Protocol, was one of the first to be declared dangerous to public order. Now, consider this alongside what Vanga once prophesied. I'm not referring to those superficial quotes mindlessly passed around the internet. I speak of her dying words, uttered in her final agony, meticulously recorded by her closest disciples, yet never seeing the light of day. She spoke of the great heat, of celestial fire that will turn fields to ash, and of water that will dry up boundless seas. She foretold the arrival of a man in black who would set brother against brother, and predicted the demise of a great city that will turn to ash. This is not mere coincidence. It is rather a harmonious resonance, echoing through the centuries. And these voices are far from the only ones. Ancient Mayan scrolls recount the Great Transformation, the rending of the Great Hole, when the heavens will ignite, and the earth will be submerged in tears. Within the walls of an ancient monastery on Mount Kurama, amidst the ashes of a once majestic library, scrolls were discovered. These yellowed parchments carry a sinister prophecy, a mention of a tear in the very fabric of the world, which according to predictions will burst from the wrath of the stars. These are not mere isolated echoes of the past, but a unified chorus of antiquity, sounding as a formidable warning of the coming storm, an approaching tempest that inexorably draws nearer. But what lies hidden behind these cryptic words? What is this mysterious celestial fire and the star that will fall from the heavens? Modern researchers, their work shrouded in secrecy within closed scientific programs, strive to give these prophecies a scientific guise. They speak of quantum probability collapse, of the influence of solar cycles on the noosphere, of fractal patterns manifesting in geopolitical events. All of which they claim points to the inevitability of a grand cataclysm. Employing quasi-scientific terminology, they perhaps attempt to mask a far simpler and more frightening truth. The coming event is not a natural phenomenon in our usual understanding. It is something that transcends human comprehension, something that will force us to fundamentally reconsider our very notion of reality. It is that inexplicable, piercing anxiety that grips you at 3 in the morning, that sharp sense of alienation that arises when you look at the faces of random passers-by on the street. This is not depression. No, your soul suffocates within this rigid, soulless matrix. It senses the approach of something inevitable, hears a quiet yet insistent call, which, with its last reserves, tries to break through the dense veil of lies and artificial illusions. And this call rings with utmost clarity: awaken. But what if all these terrible monsters that seem real to us, endless wars, global crises, frightening pandemics, are merely shadows dancing on the walls of our inner cave? What if the true tyrant, the source of all our woes, stares at us directly from our own reflection in the mirror? We fear the external enemy so much, this phantom threat, but the true decisive battle always begins deep within ourselves. The universe does not seek to punish humanity. It merely relentlessly burns away the poison that has accumulated within us. The poison of all-consuming fear, destructive ignorance, and the tenacious embrace of materialism. It is like a cosmic surgical operation, excruciatingly painful, but absolutely necessary. That fragile glass crown adorning our heads, our so vulnerable identity, built upon the shaky foundations of material possessions and societal expectations, has begun to crack at all its seams. The metallic veins of this soulless system, weaving through every facet of our lives, creak and groan beneath the weight of their own expertly spun deceit. What appears to us as chaos is, in truth, merely the process of a great cleansing. The prophets saw not just one human. They saw an entire army of souls awakening to a new reality. They saw precisely you. You are not simply another figure in this ancient prophecy. You are its very embodiment, its living fulfillment. Prophecies are not mere passive observations of what lies ahead, nor are they just a code. They are an activation call. They are the voices of those who dared to lift the veil of mystery and who now address you. Your eyes are open, and inaction is no longer an option. Every like you give is a spark of light, instantly fanning out across the vast network. When you share this content, you sow seeds of truth into the fertile minds of others, awakening them from their slumber. Your subscription is a declaration of commitment, an oath of loyalty. And if you feel ready for more, our secret circle becomes your headquarters, your base of operations. Your support, expressed through super thanks, is the vital energy that fuels our collective flame in the eternal battle against the encroaching darkness. Until next time, stay awakened, stay connected, and never stop seeking answers.